Hey tribe, Dawna here from Transformational Healing, and today I want to talk to you about 3 ways to use mugwort for divination purposes. Now, before we jump into the ways you can use mugwort, I think we should talk about mugwort just a little bit because there are some precautions that you need to know. So, mugwort, as you can see behind me, is this long tall plant right here. You can see last year's plant, and in the fall time is when it's harvested. And if you want to watch me harvest mugwort for making smudge wands and actually creating them, and I actually did garden sage at the same time, you can check out this video up over here. So mugwort will go to 3 to 4 feet tall, and then it seeds off plants and the new plants will grow, and you can see all of the amazing babies that are growing in my rhubarb and strawberry garden, and I'm not sure quite what I'm going to do with those this year, but this is what they look like first thing in the spring. So medicinally, mugwort has been used for centuries. It has been used for sleep, and I actually add it to my Sweet Dreams tea that you can find in the shop. It's been used for digestive issues, regulating different menstrual things, as a liver tonic, and is known for its immune boosting and stress busting properties. It also has some antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties as well. Now, as a precaution, that was a beautiful crow that just flew right over the top of my head. As a precaution, I am an herbalist, but I am not a doctor. And I do know that mugwort can interact with some medications. So I highly advise you to do your research for any type of taking mugwort internally before you do that. So make sure you look up what it can interact with and talk to your doctor about whether you can actually take it internally or not. And if you're wondering why would I take it internally, well, we're going to get on to the magical properties of mugwort and how it can be used for divination. So magically, as I said, it can be used as a smudge or a smoke cleansing herb. It's more accurate. And check out that other video if you want to know how to create that for yourself. Or you could just burn small little piles of it and add it to an incense to cleanse and clear and protect your space. But it's more commonly used for prophetic dreams and astral travel, increasing your psychic abilities, such for divination purposes, and to help you with scrying. So it helps to slightly alter your state and to make you more aware of the other things that are going on around you. For divination purposes, most people do use the dried herb like I sell in the shop, and the product that I sell in the shop is not from my garden here in upstate New York. I buy it from a wholesaler so that it's always consistent, and this is the way that it typically comes in when we purchase it. So this is the form that we typically carry in the shop. But how do you use the mugwort to get all of these amazing properties that you're looking for? Well, the first way it is used for divination is as an herbal tea. That is why I went into all of those medicinal properties and interactions in the first part of this video. It's not really an herbal tea. That's a misnomer. It's technically a tisane. And if you want to know how to brew an herbal tisane properly to get those properties out of it that you are looking for, you should check out this video up over here on the channel. And it's the difference between a tisane and a decoction, and it will really help you if you're liking to make what we call tea out of all of the different herbs that we carry in the shop and that we talk about on this channel. So if you ritually create, and meaning that you're adding intent to what you're doing, an herbal tisane with mugwort, and you take it before bedtime, it can help you to have sweet dreams, lucid dreams, or prophetic dreams. You can also use that before ritual or before you doing some type of divination that you're planning on doing. But remember, it's all about the intent and doing it in a spiritual way that really adds to what you're doing. And I would suggest about at least a half an hour to an hour before you would like to participate in these sorts of activities. And set that space and make sure it's cleansed and cleared and that you're creating that space for yourself. The second way that you can use mugwort is to use the mugwort smoke, like that smoke cleansing or smudge sticks. You would burn the mugwort around in the room and fill up the room and allow yourself to um, be in the essence of the herb. I do not mean that you're going to burn mugwort right underneath your nose and then sit there and deeply inhale. Please don't do that. I just mean that you allow it to fill the room, allow it to fill the space, and allow your breath to be normal and to gently breathe in the smoke that is in the room. Or other people actually do use it in their herbal smoking blends for ritual purposes. And so you can use it by itself, or you could mix it with other things that are used for smoking blends. My common smoking blend that I have in the shop is actually mullein, lobelia, colt's foot, and damiana. But you could very easily add mugwort as a substitution or add mugwort to that smoking blend. There goes another crow. Maybe I should do that video on omens that people have been talking to me about doing. The third way that you can use mugwort is to actually create some sort of dream pillow. Now you could do the mugwort by itself or add in other things like lavender and chamomile and hops to aid your sleeping, or maybe things like bay and motherwort to help to make the dreams a little bit more on the sweet side and to keep away nightmares. You might add rosemary to the nightmare one. But you create a dream pillow, putting all of the herbs intentionally into some sort of muslin sack, and then you can cover it with something else if you want, and you can put it under your pillow when you're sleeping, in your pillow, or actually smell the herbs if you wish. But the idea is to spiritually and intentionally connect with the herbs and to work with the herbs on that level, to ask them to bring you the sweet dreams that you are looking for, or prophetic dreams, and help you to astral travel, things along that line. So I'm sure that there are many other ways that you can use mugwort for your divination purposes. Obviously, you can actually work with the plant, the fresh plant, and to put some by your bedside and commune with the plant. When you pick mugwort, please leave an offering and do it in a ritualistic way, a spiritual way, and leave an offering and ask the plant to work with you and ask the plant spirit to work with you. That's always the best way to commune with plant spirits, is to work with them gently, and you can work with them by coming and sitting out with them. You don't have to pick them at all, but please leave an offering if you're going to take the life of the plant, or leave the plant growing and just ask if you can have a small leaf section of the plant. Always works much better to work with your plants instead of harming them. As I said, you can find mugwort in the shop, and you can get 20% off by joining the Transformational Healing Tribe email list. So there are lots of products in the shop that do use mugwort. It's also in many of our incense blends that we have for the different Sabbats and full moons and new moons and things like that. But I think that you should definitely check out that herbal tisane versus decoction video. And if you want to know how to harvest mugwort yourself when it comes to fall time, obviously right now there's not much mugwort to process, just little tiny babies. So let it grow, let it get huge, it really will. But check out those 2 videos and we'll see you real soon. There's even yarrow in here too. What am I going to do with all this mugwort? I think I'm gonna have to transplant it. So I'm sure that there are many other ways. He does really not want me to record this. I think they're building nests nearby. The one that's up there right now has a big wad of stuff in his beak.